today's video, we'll discuss about how we can automate tasks using cron in your Magento store. So I'll give you a brief introduction or the steps how we can implement such functionality in your Magento's website. So cron is basically a functionality which helps us to automate tasks and which we avoid to do it manually. So I'll try to implement such kind of a functionality in today's video, just kind of an example, and I believe it will help you out. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first of all, if you see, I've created one module called the custom cron. So I believe you guys know how to create a new module. That is simple, easy steps. That is for the registration.php, and we need the module.xml. So I'm not going into that. So first of all, for cron, what we have to do, we have to first create a file called crontab.xml, okay, and the crongroups.xml. So these are two files that you need to create whenever you are trying to create a custom cron or custom cron module. So let us go inside it. So let me first open the custom groups. So it is already opened here. So this custom group, basically it defines your own custom cron jobs. Let's say by default there are two custom groups which is there defined in a Magento store, which we have all seen. One is the index, another one is the default. So various kinds of let's say for index custom groups, there are, it depends upon the how many times or what is the frequency when our indexes are running. Whereas the default custom groups, we have all sorts of catalog, customer, sales, order tables. So all those tables are processed using the default custom groups, cron groups. So apart from that, you can use that as well, but apart from that, you can also create your own custom group, cron group, so using this file called crongroups.xml. So if you see, this is the XML file, and this is the name that I've given, Mage Digest, that is md underscore custom underscore cron group, and this is how I'm creating this cron groups. So schedule generate every after 12 minutes, schedule ahead for 6 minutes, schedule lifetime for 2 minutes. So all these are in minutes. So basically, if you want to learn more about what is the definition of each of these groups, so you can go ahead into the Magento's dev docs. I'll put the link of that dev docs. Basically it is totally managing your let's say if you are because the cron groups are the parent, and whatever cron tasks you are going to define, it will come under that particular parent. So this is the parent which is taking care of it. So if you go to the cron tables in Magento's database, there also you can find all these cron groups, okay. And so basically this is the parent under which you are going to mention all your cron tasks. So let me go to that database and I'll show you. PHP my admin. So this is the table. Now if I search for this cron, let's see what we get. Cron schedule, this is the table, and if I search with this particular job code, that is this one, let me see if I'm getting something. Already some data is inserted. Let's see if I get. So you will find that job code over here. No, so till now there are no such entries, but you can find all those cron tasks over here, okay. So these are various kinds of cron tasks that are happening currently, and if you see, this is the table which gives you the status of those job codes, and when it was created, when it was scheduled, and when it was executed, and when it was finished. So this is the cron table which you can refer to. So this is the cron group, and how you can find it in your Magento's admin. So you have to go to this Magento's admin, you have to go to the store, you have to go to this configuration. When you go to this configuration, scroll down, you have to click on advanced, you have to click on system. Once you go to the system, you have the cron schedule tasks, okay. So over here, if you see, these are all predefined: index, default, consumers, okay, and DDG automations, and here is your this is my custom cron group, okay. So all are in minutes. So so this is how you can define it over here. Now after this file, when you define this file, we have got another file called crontab.xml. So what happens in this file is that you are giving the group ID, that is the ID that you have created. In that ID you are defining the job, what job it is going to execute and at what frequency it is going to execute. Okay, so this is what my group ID is. So this is my group ID. So under one group ID we can mention multiple job. Okay, the first job is that I've given a name called MD custom cron job. Okay, and the instance is this one, and means this particular file will be executed and this particular method will be executed, that is the execute method, and this is the frequency schedule. If you see the stars, the very one website that I recommend you is that you can go to this crontab.guru. So if you go to this website, you'll find the very definition of it. So star means 5 stars are there. So one is minute, hour, day of the month, and then the week. Okay, so what happens if I go to here? So currently if this is star, that means at every minute. Okay, so next, now the time is 20:37, so next task will be 20:38 because every minute. So if I go to and edit here as 1, so what it is giving at minute 1, that means at means 1 minute past every hour, 1 minute, that is 21:1. So now is 20. So next task will be done at 21:1, that is 1 minute past an hour. Okay, and if I go to this let's say 2, that means what, next at 24:05, that means 2 AM, that is 2 and 1 minute, that is the after midnight. Okay, on 24th of May. And what happens if you give like this? So let me give it star, and let's say if I'm giving you star slash, okay, sorry, see what this is giving. This is giving at every minute, correct? At every minute means basically this is same if star. So if I give it to 10, that means at every 10th minute. Now it is 10:38, so approximate 10 minutes means every 10th minute, that is 10th, that is 20:30, 20:40, 20:50, 20:60. Okay, so this is how you can configure it. So once you have get an idea how you can configure it from crontab.guru, so based on that you can define the frequency over here. So let's go to this first job, what this job is doing. Let's see. So we have to go to this particular class called cronlogger.php. So where is that file? Cron Magento custom cron logger. So cron logger.php. If I go to this particular file, if you see, I'm doing nothing but I'm printing some text file inside my logs. That logs is very much our system.log. Okay, so what I'm printing cronworks, and this means when what according to my frequency, that is crontab.xml, according to my frequency it is happening every minute. That means every minute I'm going to have this text called cronworks. So if you see, so many things I have printed over here. So if I scroll down, so see, this is the last cronworks, that is 15:09:05. This is the UTC time. This is the another one. Okay, 15:08, and see 15:07. So that means what, it is occurring at every minute. Now see over here 15:04 and 15:05, that means this particular file is getting executed every minute. Okay, so this is basically how you can do it, and the logs will be printed. So based on this functionality, what I did, I implemented a report called order report, where for the past 1 hour whatever order has been submitted, it will give me that particular result. Okay, so just for the sake, what I did, I created one file. I'll go to this crontab.xml, and if you see, this is another job or another task, MD custom order report instance. This is the file or the class, method execute and schedule the frequencies every minute, same. Just to give you a hint how it is working, so let me go to this particular file, order report.php. So what I'm doing over here is that I'm sending out a mail with the order report. Okay, so if I go to this particular mail, so let me go to this particular mail, then I'll show you. So if you see my mail, that is a mail digest mail inbox, If you see, I'm getting all these mail after every minute. See, 8:34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay, now this is how it is looking. So what it is giving me, so a few minutes back I placed one order in my Magentos website. What it is giving me, please find the order details. Time period is between 23rd of May 19, that is 7 to 8 p.m. Okay, now it is 8:41. So in between this particular time period, okay, I placed one order, and this is the order increment ID, and this will give me, this is the order date, that is in UTC, and this is the status of the order. Invoiced amount is not available, that means it is not yet invoiced. So this is the kind of a report that is being sent to me every minute. Okay, now if I go to this older thing, okay, same thing is there. So let me scroll down. See, now this is empty. Okay, so that particular time period it did not receive any order, maybe because of that when it was triggered at 8:22, between 7 to 8, whatever the time may be, it did not receive any order, so it was empty. So this is how it depends, like what a kind of a report you are trying to trigger. So basically this is what I implemented, and to, if you see how I did this, so this is basically the file, that is the order report. Abstract class has been helper has been extended, and since I'm triggering a mail, what I'm doing, I'm using a template ID. Okay, so template ID I'm creating it manually. I'll just show you those things. From mail, that is from where it is being triggered, from name Mage Digest, and to where it is being triggered. So what I'm doing, I'm just giving you an R report, like is giving you the order report from the past 1 hour, and these are the filters. I believe you guys know how to do a filter and collections and all. So basically I'm using that, and I'm just triggering on mail. So this is a transport builder. I'm using the template ID, template options, and the variables whatever I'm using from and to, and then I'm sending a message, and it is getting triggered. Okay, so I'm not going into deep into this, because this is the how you can trigger an email, and there are multiple ways of triggering an email. So I'm not going into this, because the very idea of this video is to how you can use cron to automate your tasks. Okay, so this is the PHP file. Now if you wish to how to create those things, so first of all, if you go to this template ID, you have to create a template ID. Okay, now for creating a template ID, you have to create a file called email_templates.xml. okay, if you click on this, you have to give certain values to it, like template, you have to give some ID, that is the order report template. What is the label of that particular label you have to give, and what is the file, that is an HTML file where you are that the body of the mail is being defined. Okay, type should be, obviously it is HTML, and module is the Mage Digest underscore custom cron, area is the front end. Okay, so this is the templates how you are creating, and the ID of this template is order report template, and the same thing you are writing over here, correct? Now from name, from email, this is very practical, so whatever mail ID you can give over here, I'm not going into that. After that, what you have to do, so remember, this is how like the way I'm designing this report, so based on that I'm doing it. So you can do whatever ways you prefer. So if you go to this view folder, there are so many files over here. So next thing that you have seen over here is that the HTML file, there is a file where you're defining the body or the design of that email. So order report.html, how you are defining it. So if I compress it, if you see view front end, email is the directory, and this is the file order report.html. So over here you are defining the subject, that is the order report, and what you're giving, please find the order details you have seen in my email, and this is how you are handling the data. This is the main data where it is coming from, and this is the footer, if you say. So if you see, handle is equals to order list under order underscore list, and this is the value, that is the object that I am passing it. So this is containing the values. Okay, so if you see in my order report file, what I am doing over here, I am template, this is the template variables, correct? So over here you can pass whatever object you can according to your wish. So if you see, this is the template name, orders, correct? So same thing I am giving over here, orders, correct? So I am fetching the order object that is there containing the data, that is the orders, and the same thing I am passing it over here, orders, fine. And this is the layout file, that is the order underscore list. Now next thing that I am going over here is the layout file, that is the order underscore list.xml. So over here, if you go, simply you have to define a template, a simple template, the way you are seeing over here, the same template you are defining that PHTML file. Okay, so this is the PHTML file where you are defining underscore that under your templates, email and orders.html. So if you click on this, this is the body or the template file where you are creating the body of that particular email body. So over here, based on this, I have created some tables, increment ID, order date, status, invoiced amount, and this is the data, the value from where it is fetching it. So if you see orders block get orders, so this is the value from where it is fetching it. So where you have defined it, you have defined it over here, orders. So in this PHTML file, it is giving that value, that is the get orders. If you do it, it will give you the value for the orders. So from that, you are printing these values under for this particular table that you have created in your PHTML file. So by this is a simple example that I've given, and how you can do that. So I've created a sample order report using cron. So you can do whatever you feel like using cron, and the way that I've implemented, you can move ahead and you implement your own functionality using cron. And I think I'm able to make you understand how cron is working and how you can use that to automate your tasks. So if you have any queries, any doubts, you can drop in your comments, and you can the mail ID is there, my Twitter handle is also there. I'll mention all those things in the description box, and also I'll put a GitHub link for this particular code if you wish to utilize it and modify it according to your own needs. So I think with that, we have come to the closing part of this video, and with that, if you have liked this video and if you are thinking that you have gained some knowledge with this video, don't forget to hit the like button, do subscribe, and do comment if you have any queries. So I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care.